These people out here are fucking crazy. It's a lot. And this is the only place that I have to like vent about it because I really try to keep it off of the YouTubes. You know what I mean? So it's sorry. It's been a long week. I almost forgot to tell you that I Google searched the Process Church of the Final Judgment symbol and tons of your videos showed up at the very top of the search. Who, me? That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. Woohoo! Let's fucking do it. Let's go. Whoop whoop. All right, so maybe people are learning. That's, the Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy, and apparently this is on Peacock. So I was not aware that Bob Motta is the son of John Wayne Gacy's attorney. I wasn't informed via this video. I was actually informed by the moderator of another channel. Why I was informed of this was because Mr. Bob Motta was, staying real close to Rick Allen's old lady, Kathy Allen, Rick Allen of the Delphi murders. Isn't it kind of fucking odd that these people who are essentially controlled opposition and low-key, in my humble opinion, sabotaging, the defense side, that there's someone there that is familially connected to the John Wayne Gacy case? It's odd to me. What's even odder is the stream that came up in my feed last night that we're going to be looking at, because they had popped up about having Josh Thiemann on, and I'm like, well, okay, here comes the Process Church cover-upper movement. But then he does another stream, and it's him talking about this whole series and how this is his life's work. He claims to be an expert on the topic, but do you want to know what he leaves out? He leaves out the John Norman and Dean Corll angle. And you have to ask yourself why. How can you claim to be an expert in anything? Because here's the parallel with Delphi, the network. As you guys know, the girls, at least Liberty, in my opinion, was ritually sacrificed, right? Lured out there by a catfishing pedophile. And that catfishing pedophile is quite confident that, he's not going to be charged in relation to the crimes. So it seems like the Mottas have a very weird interest in contributing to a certain type of narrative here. This is just my humble opinion, though. That's all that it is.
I'm hesitant because those of you that haven't listened to the podcast, the thing that we uncovered about the investigation that changed the narrative of that case, and it's not a theory, it came directly from the police. I then vetted it from the one cop who wasn't with the Des Plaines Police Department, who was the evidence tech. It happened. The way that we uncovered it, what they did to get Gacy off the streets, that we're the only people in the history of that case to uncover, is unbelievable. When I uncovered it, I thought it was going to be front page news on every newspaper in the country, on every newscast, because it was that big. It is that big. And I hope that this show gets out there to the point where people are going to realize, like, holy shit, yeah, Gacy's dead. Yeah, nothing's going to be done about it. It's ex post facto, but still, in terms of one of the most infamous cases in the history of this country, for us to have unequivocally changed the narrative of that case forever, how it really went down, is just an unbelievable part of that story.
He's talking about changing the narrative of the entire thing, changing the narrative around John Wayne Gacy globally. What documentary covers the truth about John Wayne Gacy? There is only one. I want to see if anybody in the chat knows it. No, I would say that Delphi is the real life Derry, the clown and the candy man. Thank you.
A few moments later.
Do you want me to go back to the Bob Motta shit? Because I do want to go back to the Bob Motta shit for 2 seconds. Let me just go back to it for 2 seconds, okay? So that way I can at least drive the point home, because eventually I am going to do like a very serious breakdown of this. You guys tell me what you want. In regards to the stuff with this Gacy thing, there's a consistent theme of violent crimes against children, right? And that they're omitting something very specific. So this is Eye of the Chicken Hawk. Let's go to Gacy and let's see How many times Gacy cited in this book? 68. 68 times. Why is someone like Bob Motta, claiming to be the expert on John Wayne Gacy, omitting the biggest angle, which is the child pornography CSAM network with John Norman, Dean Corll? It's just the idea that, like, people know that these things are still going on, and it's almost like how people talk about intergenerational abuse. There's also intergenerational cover-ups, right? Like the people on like the cover-up side. And it's just weird that he claims to be the authority on the topic, and he's not including the most important part of the topic, which is John Norman, the Odyssey Foundation, the Delta Project, Dean Corll. Why wouldn't you include that? And then you have to wonder why individuals, including that chick that just grifted thousands of dollars in the Mormon community the other night, having her fake little freak out, why all of these people adjacent to like the Delphi case, they're also omitting this stuff too. Because there's a big problem with these people that are like, oh, we just want to free individuals. We just want to free Brian Koberger. We just want to free Richard Allen. I've always had an issue with like the Innocence Project. I've always thought that it was kind of sus. You know what I mean? At its core, the idea, the concept is good, but also part of that is finding out what happened and getting to the truth, no matter what the truth is, no matter how ugly it is, right? And the like free Richard Allen movement, they don't want you to know the truth. You're not allowed to talk about the family. So I think it's really odd that Bob Motta's in that camp and that he's sitting here pulling this John Wayne Gacy shit out when it's been documented for quite some time now that John Wayne Gacy was just one figure and not even the most powerful figure in a child sex abuse material snuff network, a snuff network, just like what happened to possibly, allegedly, Abby and Libby of the Delphi murders.